Hey guys, welcome back to Ending Flicks. Today, we're breaking down the horror movie The Midnight Man, written and directed by Travis Zaruni. This game doesn't start with a monster, it starts with rules. Break one and the house turns against you. Tonight, we're stepping into a ritual where fear is the currency, time is rigged, and whatever's hunting, you never plays fair. Stay with me. Skipping this one would be a mistake. The movie kicks off in 1953. We see three kids standing inside a circle of salt, messing around with what looks like a straight-up demonic ritual. There's Anna, her brother, and a friend from the neighborhood. Suddenly, something crashes behind them. Anna's brother jumps and freaks out, saying the game is over. Then a voice comes from behind them, cold and calm, saying the game isn't over yet. Their friend panics and steps outside the salt circle. Anna immediately tells her to get back inside, but before she can, something dark grabs her and drags her away. She's gone in an instant. Anna's brother checks the time and says it's 3:33 a.m., which means the game's time limit is over. He says whatever they were dealing with can't hurt them now. Anna and her brother head downstairs, but when they look at the clock again, it's only 3:30. There are still 3 minutes left. Anna's brother starts heading out of the house. Anna stops him and says they can't break the rules. He snaps back, saying they already broke plenty of rules. He refuses to come back inside, and right then, something attacks him from behind and kills him. Anna runs inside the house. The doors slam shut on their own. Now the story jumps to the present day. Anna is old now, living in the same house with her granddaughter, Alex. When Alex walks into Anna's room, Anna scares her on purpose. Alex reminds her that the doctor told her to rest and get some sleep. She's living with her grandmother to take care of her. Alex heads downstairs and calls her boyfriend. He tells her he wants to come over and stay the night. Alex agrees. A moment later, Alex hears strange noises coming from Anna's room upstairs. When she goes to check, Anna is sitting quietly on the bed, acting like nothing happened. Alex asks about the noises, but Anna brushes it off and asks Alex to bring her an old mirror she's had since childhood. Anna says she stored it up in the attic. That childhood incident never really left her. She's been living in fear ever since. Alex goes up to the attic to find the mirror. While she's up there, she notices a shadowy shape covered by a white sheet. Her heart jumps, but when she pulls the sheet away, it's just a statue. She keeps searching and finds a gun, some bullets, and a small box tightly wrapped with string. She sets the box aside and finally finds the mirror. Right then, her boyfriend suddenly shows up behind her, scaring her. Now the two of them start looking through the stuff together. Her boyfriend opens the box that was tied with string. Inside, they find old candles, photos of children, and a piece of paper. The paper has kids' names written on it, and next to every name is a mark made with blood. On the back of the photos, the kids' names are written again, along with notes about what each child was most afraid of. While they're going through all this, Anna suddenly appears. She loses it when she sees the box open. She starts yelling at them, then collapses and passes out. Alex calls Anna's doctor, who shows up with his assistant. He says Anna needs rest. We learn he's not just her doctor, but also her childhood friend. He's been treating her for years. He tells his assistant to give Anna a sleeping injection, then takes Alex and her boyfriend outside the room. The doctor tells Alex that under no circumstances should Anna be allowed to go into the attic. He says Anna needs to forget everything that happened during that childhood game, memories that have haunted her for decades. The assistant joins them, and the doctor leaves the house. As soon as he's gone, Anna opens her eyes. Quietly, she gets up and locks herself inside a wardrobe. Alex and her boyfriend can't stop thinking about what really happened during that game years ago. They want answers, and the only way they think they'll get them is by playing the game themselves. The problem is, they don't know the rules. While searching through the stuff in the house, they find a piece of paper. Written on it are the full instructions for the game. The first rule says they have to prick their fingers with a needle and put their blood on the paper, along with writing their names on it. They do exactly that. Next, they follow the instructions step by step. They shut off every light in the house. Then they take the paper with their names and blood on it and tape it to the main wooden front door. Now comes the hard part. They have to knock on the door 22 times. The final 20-second knock has to land exactly at midnight. They start knocking, counting carefully. With every knock, the tension builds. Inside the wardrobe, Anna is hiding, shaking with fear. As the clock hits 12 a.m. and they deliver the final knock, Anna suddenly bursts into loud, unsettling laughter. Right after that, Alex's boyfriend steps outside, blows out the candle, and then comes back inside. Once he's in, they relight the candle just like the instructions said. According to the paper, this means the Midnight Man has now entered the house. From this point on, they have to survive until 3:33 a.m. without letting him catch them. The problem is, the instructions end there. They realize the rest of the rules must be upstairs in the attic, so they head up to find the remaining paper. While they're searching, Alex hears noises coming from Anna's room. She goes to check on her. Anna isn't in her room. Alex assumes she's in the bathroom. She leaves her candle outside and steps into the bathroom to look for her. Back in the attic, Alex's boyfriend finally finds the rest of the instructions. The paper says they must keep their candle lit at all times. If the candle goes out and they fail to relight it within 10 seconds, the Midnight Man will show them visions so disturbing they won't be able to handle them. Back in the bathroom, Anna suddenly appears and blows out Alex's candle. The moment the flame dies, the bathroom door slams shut on its own. Anna walks back to her bed and starts quietly chanting something under her breath. It becomes clear that either she's working with the Midnight Man or she's completely under his control. Inside the bathroom, Alex starts seeing terrifying visions. She sees herself climbing out of the bathtub, blood pouring from her mouth. She's close to completely losing it when her boyfriend bursts in. He grabs her, talks her down, and tells her it was all in her head. None of it was real. Slowly, Alex comes back to her senses. Her boyfriend relights her candle and then pours salt around both of them, forming a protective circle. He tells her he's read the rest of the rules. They can't stay in one place for long. They have to keep moving. And if their candle ever goes out or burns down, they have to immediately step into a salt circle. He says he has a plan. If they don't show fear, the Midnight Man will lose interest and leave. Holding his candle, he walks ahead and stops in front of a mannequin. Without warning, he blows out his candle. 10 seconds pass. Nothing happens. Then suddenly, the mannequin moves its arm. At the exact same moment, the Midnight Man appears behind him. The Midnight Man whispers that he knows he's afraid of pain. He clamps his hand over the boy's mouth, squeezing hard. Alex's boyfriend is terrified. Just as quickly, the Midnight Man lets go and says that someone else is about to join the game. Then he disappears. Alex's boyfriend rushes back to her. Right then, a friend of theirs shows up at the house. Seeing how shaken they both look, she asks what's going on. They explain everything about the game. She tells them she's heard about the Midnight Man before. She says whenever he's nearby, the temperature drops fast and the cold becomes unbearable. She decides to help them survive and agrees to join the game. She writes her name on the paper, adds her blood, and lights her own candle. Now all three of them are officially part of the game. The three of them walk into a room together, each holding a candle. That's when Alex reveals something she's been holding back. She tells them her mother died in this house. She took her own life right there. Alex adds that her grandmother felt no sadness at all over her mother's death. Right after she says that, all three candles suddenly go out. Panic hits for a split second, but they manage to relight their candles before the 10 seconds run out. Then things get worse. Water drips down from above and splashes directly onto Alex's friend's candle, putting it out completely. No matter how hard she tries, it won't relight. Alex and her boyfriend rush her into a salt circle and tell her to stay there and wait. They say their own candles are almost burned out and they'll be back with new ones. They leave her alone inside the salt circle. After they're gone, Alex's friend starts talking to herself, saying she isn't afraid of the Midnight Man. That's when he appears right in front of her. Because she's inside the salt circle, he can't touch her. He can't even show her any visions. So instead, he starts pouring water toward her to break the salt circle. She panics, but just before the water reaches the salt, she pushes a flower pot in front of it, blocking the flow. That only makes the Midnight Man furious. He dumps an entire bucket of water at her, washing the salt circle away. Now she's completely exposed. The Midnight Man changes his form and takes on the shape of a rabbit. When she was a child, she killed a rabbit, and that fear has followed her ever since. Seeing it sends her into pure terror. Around the same time, the doctor arrives at the house. He tells Alex she made a huge mistake by playing the game. He explains that when her grandmother played the game as a child, he was in the room too. He was young, and Anna told him not to join. He hid and heard everything. He saw everything. When the game ended, Anna was the only one left alive. Since then, she's been under the Midnight Man's control. To the Midnight Man, this is all just a game. Everyone involved is nothing more than players, and Anna's job has been to supply him with new players. The Midnight Man hates losing, which is why he always cheats. We then see Alex's friend trapped in her visions. She finds herself back in her childhood home. In her room, there's a dead rabbit lying on the floor. The Midnight Man appears and tells her the game is over. The doctor, Alex, and her boyfriend reach the spot where they left their friend. The salt circle is gone. She's dead. The doctor says there's only one option left. They have to end the game, no matter what. All three of them head up to the attic. They draw a large salt circle. Alex and her boyfriend step inside it. That's when Anna shows up. Alex looks at her grandmother and asks why she killed her mother. Anna calmly says she didn't kill her. Her mother lost the game, and losing the game meant losing her life. The doctor stays outside the salt circle. Alex tells him to step inside with them. The doctor says the Midnight Man can't kill him because he isn't part of the game. Anna smiles and says he's right. The Midnight Man can't kill him, but she can. She attacks the doctor and kills him. That's when Alex finally understands the truth. Because of her grandmother, countless innocent people have died. Alex pulls out the gun and shoots Anna, killing her. The Midnight Man appears again, but he can't touch Alex or her boyfriend. They're still inside the salt circle and their candles are still burning. Alex checks the time and says it's 3:30 a.m. Only 3 minutes left. She tells the Midnight Man that for the first time ever, he's going to lose this game. The Midnight Man disappears. They stay inside the salt circle. The clock hits 4 a.m. Now they're sure it's over. They step out of the circle and see the doctor's body on the floor. But then Alex notices something horrifying. She looks at the doctor's wristwatch. It reads 3:27 a.m. The game isn't over. The Midnight Man tricked them. He moved all the clocks in the house forward. Suddenly, the Midnight Man appears and kills Alex's boyfriend right in front of her. He turns to a terrified Alex and calmly says, "The game is over." Sometime later, we see the doctor's assistant. He comes to the house garage with his young son. He tells his son that he knew the people who used to live there. In the garage, the boy finds the same box that holds the game. He shakes it and says it sounds like there's a game inside. He asks if he can keep it. The assistant says yes. They leave with the box. The movie never tells us what happens to Alex. We don't know if the Midnight Man killed her or if he turned her into his next pawn just like her grandmother, someone who brings him new players over and over again. What do you think happened? Let me know in the comments. And with that, this horror movie comes to an end. I'll be bringing you a lot more horror movies, all kinds of stories and styles. So stick around. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care.